Good, beautiful morning to the wonderful, amazing world. Do you like being happy? Of course you do. Everybody likes being happy, right? How do we get to a place of being happy though? That seems to be the question at the top of everybody's list. So let's make it the question at the top of our picture here. Let's see. Happiness. Oh, if only I had a Sharpie marker, but I don't, so this is gonna have to do. Happiness. It's like the top of this great big mountain here. Okay, we've got the mountain and we have happiness. Maybe we have like rays of light shining out from the top of the mountain. Yeah, that's our happiness. It's going. Our happiness is up here on the top. But you know what? This is who we are anyway. This is where we live. This is where we live until other things come in and start getting piled up on top of us. So when first we are, it's as if there is no mountain here. See, we're just gonna do like that, okay? That's the ground, and the happiness is down here. And then everything gets piled up on top. What gets piled up on top? Let's see. Expectation. That's one that we got to kind of drop. We just have to drop it. We got to get rid of it. If we want to be happy, we have to stop expecting anything. We have to stop expecting anything from ourselves, from others, from situations, from life in general. Expectation just leads to suffering. Even if your expectations are met, nothing is ever happening 100% the way we want it to happen. So even if our expectations are met, sometimes that leads to suffering too. Sometimes we don't expect things, and then we get the good things. And so it's like unexpected pleasure. And sometimes we don't expect things, and we get them and they're not good things, and it's unexpected pain and suffering. But in either way, we don't have the mountain of anxiety leading up to expectations, which get broken. Okay, so even something so simple as what I was trying to teach my 6-year-old son today. Is this right side? I can't tell. I can't tell if it can be right or not. I hope it can be. It might be a mirror image. You might have to get your little hand mirror out and like put it up to the screen and be, oh, that's what he's writing. He was writing the same thing he was saying. That's amazing. I didn't know that people did that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. So when I was telling my 6-year-old this morning, I was putting syrup on his waffle and on his 4-year-old brother's waffle. And I wasn't putting a whole lot on it. And they asked me for some more syrup, so I put a little bit more syrup on it. And I told them, I said, you know why I don't put very much syrup on? Because it's my way of helping you to appreciate just having a waffle. You know, if you're hungry and you get a waffle, yeah, as long as you like waffles. Some people don't like waffles. Yeah, some people are that weird. But if you get a waffle, awesome. You didn't have a waffle before, and the waffle tastes tasty. Now, yes, the syrup is good stuff. But to drown it in the syrup kind of takes away from eating the waffle sometimes. It's like you want a little waffle with that syrup. And I asked him, I said, what if you're someplace sometime and the only thing to eat is rice. And the only thing is plain rice. No liquid aminos, no soy sauce, no anything like that that you can put in. Are you just going to not eat? If we can be happy with just having our needs met without having expectation of this isn't the way life is supposed to be, or no, I don't accept this. That's another thing. Okay. Along with expectations comes unacceptability. So we expect something, we don't get it. That's unacceptable to us. And then we're discontent. But, so discontent goes in here too. Okay, this is all part of the mountain that builds up to the peak of happiness. But remember, where we were right here, and it was so easy to shine up, then we keep getting buried with things because we keep thinking that we know how everything should be. But we can't possibly know how everything should be. Did we ever know how things should be in the past? You know, earlier in our lives, when we were kids, did we not sometimes get goodness to us even if we didn't put it out? Did we not sometimes get bad to us even if we didn't put that out? It just kind of happens. Life is this wave. Here, let's draw another picture. Life is this. Now, you go through life just trying to be like that, you're going to be upset most of the time. Because the only time you're going to be happy is when it crosses over. Okay? Now, your upsetness won't be tragic to others, but pretty tragic thing anyway to not be happy with life most of the time. So then there are some people that get dragged along this wave and trying to match up with it. And it's got its ups and its downs, and its ups and its downs. The ups are maybe happy thoughts. The downs are unhappy thoughts. And we get dragged through them, like manic depressive personalities. That would be the kind of thing like this, or bipolar. Having the emotions drag you through the current of life. But there's also another way. By tightening the frequency that one works on, and in the act of having no expectations, and just taking every single moment as it comes. By doing that, we start to have our own frequency right inside here. And now you see, we can go up. And this is pleasantness, because every moment we're resetting. Every moment is a new death and a new birth. So this is happiness, just like when we were here, because we don't have all these things up on top. I'm not gonna bother getting too much into all these other things. You can probably think of a lot of different examples. Let's see. There are not only expectations for us personally, but there are expectations other people have on us. And that's not fair. They need to let those go. We need to let them go first. You know, people aren't going to just stop expecting things from us. And all we can do is just the best that we can do. If you're out there shining your light and really living life the best that you can figure out how to, everything else, that's somebody else's trip. Give yourself the grace. Give yourself the grace to be like, okay, so I'm not perfect. Give yourself the grace to understand that it's all a mountain. This whole thing is a mountain. And we're climbing up. We're trying to get past all of these things, all of these outmoded ways of thinking, all of these programmings. All of these ways that that society or our family or even our egos have told us this is how things should be. Because you know what? There's an old figure of speech. It shows up in Yiddish and in Hebrew, and probably many other languages too. And the figure of speech says, when man makes plans, God laughs. It's funny. It's funny to think that this up here, this little pea brain, can be in charge of things. How can we ever be in charge? We're not in charge of anything. We're not even in charge of our own thoughts and emotions. They just happen. They are more of this. It's just traveling through us. Look, like this is coming out of my third eye right now. Check this out. It's just coming out. This is the world we live in. This is the life we live in. We can either let it beat us down and think that we are in control and that we can take charge, or we can let go of that idea of control. We can't go back to the past to change anything, no matter how much we regret it, because the past doesn't exist. And we can't go into the future to change anything that hasn't even happened yet. So if we know that we can't go to the past to change things, why should we ever be afraid of what the future brings? Just doesn't add up. Not to me, at least. Every moment can be a brand new moment, be a brand new life. No expectations. You get food, great. You were hungry. When you were hungry, you were fed. When you were thirsty, you were given drink. When you lacked for love, you became love. We can't go out and be searching for things always elsewhere. We have to find the peace here and here and here. We go out and do things. We go out and do things a lot. Do the best we can. Do the best we can to be true to the character of grace and love that we are already, just by our very being, just by our very existence. It's already what we are. And the ego wants to control things, the mind wants to control things. And sometimes it's hard fighting the mind and fighting the ego. But it's hard because we can't fight it with itself. Water can't make itself wet. Boiling water can't cook itself. It is cooking. A knife can't cut itself. A dog can bite his tail, but he can't bite his own face. I've seen one try, though. Crazy dog. I'm talking quietly right now because there's a guy walking across the street. I didn't want him to think I was crazy. At least not any crazier than I already am. So, there you have it. 15 minutes almost of live stream thoughts. Live stream. I'm not even quite sure everything that I said. That's okay. That was that moment. This is this moment. Now I know what I'm saying in this moment. What I'm saying is that I love all of this. Everything. It's also horrifically beautiful. It all really is perfect. As long as we don't pile all of our shit on top of ourselves and then try to shine our light out. It's like putting a bushel on top of your light and expecting it to still shine. Like that song. What is the song? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Stick it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Making up new words as we go. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I'm giving all of everything in the universe a big hug and kiss right now. Do you feel it? I hope you do. Because it's all right inside there already. Shalom, shalom, salam, salam. Peace.